Welcome everyone. Today we'll look at strings in Python. Like many other programming languages, Pythons do have strings. And unlike many other programming languages, Python do not have character as data types. A single character is simply a string with a length of 1. So we have seen strings before in introductory course, the first chapter, and we have also used strings in other chapters too. But today we'll look at the details of strings, what we can do with strings, and what are the major functions related to strings. So let's start. So we'll begin with the basic of string that we already have seen. So in Python, this is a string, anything between single quotation mark. This is also string, anything between double quotation mark. And in Python, anything between 3 pairs of okay, let's run this. Again, try this another way. This is a string. And let's try to print the type of all three, A, B, and C. Type of A, type of B, and type of C. Okay. All are strings, even let's have D. And even a single character, let's say A and B, or with numbers, new line, and what else? Okay, dollar symbol, print, type of D, print, type of A, print, type of F, print, type of G, print, type of H, print, type of I. Okay. So these all are strings. So we have seen different type of string here, and again I need to mention we can have multi-line string. If we put anything between these 3 pairs of quotation mark, so this is a multi-line string, and we can also have multi-line string 2 with 3 single quotation mark. Okay, let's try to print them. Print, let's see the type. String, no printing. Multi-line string. Run this. So we have seen how the multi-line string works. One thing we need to understand in Python, that is, a string acts as an array. So let's have a string, let's say Python, and we can have length of the string as we can have length of an array or list. Okay, we can access its data or index it. Say 0, that will be capital P. Again, to get the last letter, we can have -1, that will be N. Okay. So basically you can use it as an array or a list. So from everything to second, that is first two characters, string underscore 1, that will be capital P and Y. The string, that is last three characters, we can have HN. Okay. We can loop through strings as we loop through a list. For X in the string underscore 1, print, we can print X and we'll get python Python. We can also select data, so to seek whether P in a string 1 is true with capital P, in string 1 is false. Okay, that's basic of string file. Now let's learn how to modify a string. String 1, so let's say goat. Okay, for a string 1 dot upper, it will convert every letter or every element of the string to upper character. Let's have string 2. Insect. So print r underscore 2 and then print str underscore 2 dot lower. So the dot lower will convert every capital letter into small letter. And we can also have dot title It will convert the first letter to capital and rest of letter to small. So we can also remove white space. White space is the space before and or after the actual text. Very often we want to remove this space. So let's have another string. So let's create some space here. And then create some space here. Okay, so the function that remove this white space is strip. Okay. If you really want to compare these two, we can print str_3. Okay, here we have removed this white space. We cannot compare what's after this. It's still blank. So strip is used when we need to remove white spaces. Again, we have replace. Let's have a string in dictionary. A string dot replace small n with capital N. Okay, now we have dictionary with the capital N there. Okay, let's try another string dot replace I with capital I. So we replaced I with capital I. Now this dictionary have two capital I's in there. Again, let's have another. So famous coat. That is our string there. And I want to replace something, let's say, replace a word. I want to replace quote with dialogue. Okay. I need to call function before to replace it. Okay, so now this quote is replaced by dialogue. Now learn how to split things. Again, we have this string that is famous quote. And a string, we want to split this. And how we want to split this? Based on space. That is space that is between famous and quote here. We'll get list of two values. One is famous, another is quote. Let's try another one. String. So life is t happens backslash n when you are busy backslash t new tab making other plans. So let's print this. So this is how our string looks like, and we want to split this, and based on this string we want to split this on the basis of new line. So we get life is what happens, or this part as the first element of our list, and this part as the second element of our list, and this part as the third element of our list. We can also split the same line or the string with the new tab. Life is what happens, so we'll get this part at the first element, this entire part as the second element of the list, and this third part as the third element of our list. And let's copy this here. Do I need to make it larger? Or that is our string dot split. We can also split based on the space. So this is what we get: every word and even the skip characters. Again, we can split this based on the letter. Let's say I. So again, based on letter, let's say on the word of. So we do not have of. Let's say you. We have single U, so there will be two items in that list. Okay, that is split for you. Case fold. What is case fold? Case fold will convert all of these to case. Let's see, it does or doesn't. It does. And again, we have also seen this while formatting a string or formatting user input. So string center string dot center. So where do we want to put it? 15, and it will be center of those 15 spaces. So next we'll look at the string concatenation. It's very simple when it's come to Python. So we have string 1, welcome, another string 2, let's say Faisal, and we can have a string 3 that will be concatenation of string 1 plus string 2, and now we can print string 3. So it will print welcome Faisal. We can also do this with a space in between welcome and Faisal. So we can have another string here that is simply a space. Okay. So welcome Faisal. We can also put something there like Mr. or put a tab, say T, or let's say a new line here. Let us string concatenation. Now we'll be learning escape characters. So let's say we have to print a string and then he said, and English will be using comma, then double quotation marks, and we'll write something here. So let's say my name is Faisal. This is think what it looks in plain English, and I want to make a string of it. Okay, this will generate a syntax error. So to overcome this, we need to everything inside this is taken as a string by Python, so it doesn't it take these as a or try to make sense of my name, which it do not include as a string. So and we also need to print these quotation marks and this quotation marks, but we do not want to print the outside quotation or double quotation marks. So to print these quotation mark, we'll use backslash, and to print these quotation marks, we'll also use backslash, and now we have a string which will be printed like this. So he said, and then quotation or within the quotes we have my name is Faisal or Faisla. And to include, we can also include backslash within the string. So to include, okay, let's say to include backslash, use two backslash. Okay, that just plains as a backslash. Okay, we can also have a new line character printed. So let's say string equal to, we need to use backslash n for new line. So I want to print entire thing here, but what I get instead, as it takes this backslash as a new line, so it will go new line, but I also wanted this to be printed. So I need to use two backslash here, so it will understand I need to print these backslash n. Okay. Similarly, for backslash t, without with single backslash t, it will be once tab, and with double backslash t, it will print backslash t. So it is basically read this as it is. Again, we can have ASCII characters here. So string, we want to print ASCII, so we can use backslash 101, 102, 103, and we can print this. It will print ABC. We can also print in this in hexadecimal. So that will be backslash x 41, that is hexadecimal of 101, or A capital, backslash x 42, backslash x 43. And now let's print string again. Okay, now let's come to string functions. So the first function we'll look here is count. Let's have a string C cells by the C show. Okay, we can have the count here. String dot count, and what we want to count. We want to count C print to count. Okay. My bad. So we have only one C there. We can also have UTF coding of the string. Okay, let's copy this. Coded string dot in code, and let's see what's encoded there. It will not change too much, but we'll get a raw value there. And we can also check ends with. So again, we have that. So y equal to simply check string dot ends with, does it ends with, okay, let's say full stop or not. We'll get false. Let's make full stop here, then we'll get true, puts an exclamation here, then we'll get false again. So again, we have expand tab that will expand the size of the tab. So let's say x equal to 8, a string, this backslash t is a backslash t string. So now simply print this. So next we have y string dot expand tabs. Let's expand with x, that is 8 in this case, and now print y. Then change the value of x to 10 and have z string dot expand tabs. Now x, print the value of z, and finally we'll try another one with x equal to 3, and let's say a dot tabs, pass x here. Now print a. So we have 4 print statement here, one without doing anything, just what we printed here. And second one, we expanded tabs with x, value of x. The value of x is 8 here. Next, we again expanded the value of tab with x, or this, and the value of x is 10 here, and finally the value of x is 3. Let's see what happens. First two strings are printed in the same way, as the default value of the tab is 8 spaces. So, and in third cases, we get a larger tab of the 10 spaces, and finally we'll get the tab of 3 spaces, that due to which this string is printed smaller than all three. And while this is the larger or takes more space to print. And another function that we have with the string in Python is find. So string braid date braid and date braid braid. Okay. And we want to find the string dot find. Let's say you want to find freight. Let's put it inside print. And you want also to find date. Okay, that's 0 and 9 because freight starts from here and date starts from here. This will be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this will be the 9th position or 9th index. We can also check this with string 0 will get F, capital F, and with string 1 or sorry 9 will get capital T. Okay. We can also check if all the characters in the text are alphanumeric. So let's have string company 12 and string 1 company 12. Okay, so let's print string dot is alphabet and number. Print string is alphabet and number or number. So we get true in both cases. Let's have something else here. Dollar We still get true in both cases. We still get true in both cases. So anything ASCII character will do there. And then check if whether, let's say, the string we have company, let's say W. We can also check a string age alpha or not. We'll get true for this case. And let's say we put 8 instead of W, we'll get false. Okay, we can also check whether something is decimal or not. String equal to, let's say, 55 dot decimal. That's true. Let's make it 5.5. That's false. Okay, copy this. What when we'll come check this whether it is digit or not. It will generate false because it is not us. And let's check with 5. It's true. Let's check with, let's have octal number, that is 011. It's again false. We can also check whether something is an identifier or not. So anything in Python, fire is the name we give to identify a variable such as function, class, module, or other object. So let's say we have a string, we have a name of a string demo. This can be identifier or not. String dot identifier. That's an identifier. We have already seen is lower, and one thing I might add here. Okay, let's copy this. We can also check whether it's numeric or not. So that's different from what we call digit. Okay, it's neither alpha nor numeric. We can also do this for hexa numbers. Let's say FF. Second false. We can also check whether something is printable or not. So a string, let's say hello Python. So dot is printable. True, it's printable, but what if we put an backslash n here? It's not printable. double backslash and there, it's printable. Also, we can check whether all the characters in the given text are white space or not. So with each space, so for example, we have a string, its value is, let's say, the string dot space. That's false for you. Let's remove that a from there. True. Okay, we can also check whether something is a title or not. So let's say Python string 2 Java and Python string 3. So let's say C, Pascal and Basic. Now check whether these three are Python or sorry, title or not. So print string dot is title, print string 2 dot is title, string 3 dot is title. Okay, so we have two true and a false. The first one is true because the first letter of this word is Python. First letter of each word is Python, but the first letter of this word is Python. This word is, sorry, capital, and but the first letter of this word is not capital. That why we get a false here. Similarly, for these strings, let's copy these. We can check whether it's upper or not. So let's say basic, and okay, let's copy this. Let's call it upper, upper, upper. We get two false and a true. The false because these letters are not in capital, and here these, and these later letters are not capital, while every letter in this string is capital. We can also have a join function to join things. So it will join all items in a tuple into a string using a separator. Okay, let's have a tuple. So books, then airport, so x equal to, how do you want to separate? So let's say with the tab and dot join, and we can have books. Now if I print this x, we get a string separated by a tab. Okay, let's copy this and put something else. Let's say a comma here. Try to put this comma, space, space. Okay, so this box. Okay, so we have justification for adjust and adjust. So let's have a name of a book. Let's say Alchemist, and string that is book dot just, it will be 20. This will return 20 character long left justified version of the word alchemist. So I want to print a string and then write something. Let's say is a good novel. So this is left justification. We can also have right justification with adjust. You can also change this number to, let's say, 10. Okay. Okay, we can also translate from one thing to another. Translate, let's say we have a string. Hello, Sam. And we want to translate with a table, let's say my table. A string make trans from, let's say, from S to P. That is our table. And now we want to, so it will basically translate every S to P. Print, we have our string here. Translate job, and we need a table to translate. So this P has been this S has been translated to P with the help of this dictionary and this function. Okay, we can also have a word to translate. Okay. My map for now dot make trans. We want to trans from book to rook for some reason. Print done. My map. So now we'll have alchemist is a base group. Okay, we can also partition things. Let's have a string here and ape hates grape cakes. Okay. So let's say string dot partition and with grape. So this will return a tuple. So with everything before grape as a first index, the grape at the second index, and the cakes at the last index, or the last element of the tuple. So we have an If heads at the first element of this tuple, grape at the second element, what we passed here with the second element, and the cakes at the third element. Other useful function for Python string is split lines. This will split line. So let's have a string I scream you scream. Let's have a line there. Let's have another line there. This will basically split lines with split line function. And then return us an list of different lines. So range x. So we'll have, okay, should be small x. We'll have, so this will be first line, this was our second line, and this was our third line. So we have 3 elements in that list. We have seen ends with, we can also have starts with. So we can take, okay, let's copy this statement here. And can check whether something with something. Okay, this will be true as it starts with I. Let's copy this. This will be, let's say, U. It doesn't start with U, so it will be false. Okay, we can also have swap case. This will be basically swapping the case. It will convert lower to upper and upper to lower. So, a string for fine, fresh, fish, for you. Okay, print swap case. So it basically changed everything that was small letter to capital letter and every capital letter to small letter. Okay, finally we have Z fill. So it fills string with zeros until it is, let's say, x characters long. Let's say we have text that is 5. So this will basically z fill 10. So it will fill them with 0. Here we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 5. So what happens when I have 50 here?
4 and 4, 8. In 50, it will make it 10 characters anyhow. It's uh, hello here instead of number. So hello itself is 5 character and we have additional 5 character before it. Okay, that's all for string in Python.